Hi, it's Colleen with Rope and Resellers, and here's what I sold the week of August 21st through the 27th, 2017.
Sterling silver button earrings that I got out of Margaret's jewelry jar that I won for 8,000 subscribers. I think she's up to way more than that. So anyway, this was obviously been around for a while. I sold them for $13.94. They were on sale. I paid shipping, so they didn't cost me anything. $4.59 for shipping, PayPal, and eBay fees combined for a total profit of $9.35, and they took 6 months to sell. I sold a Irish Fisherman sweater. I pick these up whenever I can. The cable knit, they're good quality, and they have this kind of label on them. Just a hand knit in Ireland label. They tend to be worth a little bit more. I believe the buttons on these were plastic. A lot of times if they're leather, they're even better. But this was kind of a vintagey one, and I don't usually see them in cardigans. So anyway, that is Irish Fisherman's cable knit sweater. I sold it for $55.79. It costs, and they paid shipping, so $67.79 is what I collected. I paid $1 for it at the Goodwill. $20.61 in fees and shipping for a total profit of $46.18, and that took 1 month to sell. Those have been successful sellers. This I've had forever. It is a scarf, and I believe it was silk, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I did put in the title. It sold for $23.24. They paid shipping, so $26.01 is what I collected. I paid 75 cents for this at the little old lady store. It did have like some condition issues, and I know I made a note of it, and I had my kids point to it with a pencil so people could see it. But it was Oscar de la Renta, and I was packaging it up, and I was getting nervous because there were a couple holes in there. But I did make note of that, which is probably why it took a long time to sell. Anyway, $6.04 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $19.22, and it took 2 years and 2 months to sell. This is a Posey Buster Hugs blanket. When I was visiting my sister in the Bay Area, we went to a San Jose Giants game, and they were giving these blankets away. And since I have 3 kids, I figured three of these was plenty. None of them wanted to give it up. I'm like, hey, if you hang on to it, you could probably make some money and sell it. So anyway, I sold it. And it paid for all our tickets to get into the game. So that worked out great. I sold it for $39.99. It didn't cost me anything because it was they gave it to us. $8.72 is what I paid in shipping and fees for a total profit of $31.27, and that only took 4 days to sell. So I guess the tip is if you live near a major metropolitan area and have a team that hands out stuff, sometimes you can sell the stuff that they give you. And we got to see Panda Sandoval, and that was fun. So anyway, well-beloved player from San Francisco. Vintage BMW red corduroy hat. I sold it for $18.59. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. I paid $5.15 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $12.44, and it only took a week, and I've already I couldn't figure out this little strap, this little thing to save my life. It only took a week, and they already gave me feedback, and they love it, so that was great. Slingshot. This came out of an auction lot from an online auction. These are just completely trash 1950s toys, kid toys. I just lotted them all up, sold them for $13.94 because they were on sale. They cost me 50 cents about for all of these because there's a bunch of stuff in the box. $5.30 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $8.14, and they took 4 months to sell. Yeah, they were really trashed, and I made that completely clear. That rubber was very dried out. These shirts came out of my daughter's closet because we were cleaning out, getting ready for school. There's Gymboree and Mini Bowden And those tend to do fairly well as far as kids' clothing. Gymboree's not what it used to be, but these are pretty cute. Anyway, sold them. $18.59. I collected shipping from them, so $24.84 is what I made on that. Didn't cost me anything. $9.04 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $15.80, and they only took 2 weeks to sell. Sometimes it's about timing too. So it's going to be winter. These are Hannah Anderson, and I will find you a picture of, there's the tag. So this is a tag to look for. And if you can find these pajama sets, they do pretty well for me. $18.59 on that as well. I paid shipping. I paid $1 for it at the bins in California. $5.31 for shipping and fees. $12.28 total profit on that, and it took 2 weeks to sell. This is a backpack, and it went to England, and the girl was so excited about it and didn't bother to tell her mom how much the shipping was. So shipping was pretty dear, as they love to say in those Commonwealth countries. It is a Tommy Hilfiger vintage backpack. I sold it for $51.14. I collected $81.25, but I actually took a little bit of a loss on shipping because I knew that it was pretty expensive, and I was corresponding with mom, and I didn't really want her to cancel the sale. So I had already refunded her the money, and I knew that it seemed really expensive to send it, but she was sure her daughter was going to love it. Anyway, it cost me $7 at Goodwill, so I paid up for it a little bit, thinking that it was going to be worth even more. $41.40 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $32.85, and that took 6 months to sell. This is streetwear, as they like to call it, so it's a spell out of Guess. It was a fleece. This is the vintage tag. I sold this for $35. Someone sent me an offer, and I took it. $41.25 is what I collected because they paid shipping. I paid up for this a little bit because I know streetwear is kind of a thing right now. So I paid $6 for this at Goodwill. $11.32 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $23.93. And that only took a month to sell. So that stuff's going pretty high. Usually I put hip hop. I think it's like a hip hop thing. Don't ask me. I'm old and I don't keep track of stuff like that. But that I've had that on other things that I've had that were streetwear that sold pretty quickly. This is University of Washington Husky Sweatshirt that I picked up at the bins. I sold this for $29.99. So since it was from the bin, everything averaged to $1 a piece. $9.96 for shipping and fees. I stuffed that bad boy into a legal flat rate envelope, and honestly, it was not easy. $19.03 was my total profit on that, and it took 1 hour to sell. And there's hundreds of them, so sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. Maybe that was a particular one of a particular size that someone was looking for. Patagonia Cinchilla zip-up sweater. This is my bread and butter. I sold it for $27.89. It cost me $3 at a thrift store. $9.71 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $15.18, and it took 3 months to sell. It was actually a really nice one. It was pretty thick. Renaissance costume. I expected this to sell in the spring because that's when the Renaissance fairs usually happen, but maybe they're thinking Halloween. Anyway, I sold it for $7.27. Cost me 69 cents at my local Goodwill. $3.79 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $2.79. It took 7 months. You have to be really into patterns to sell them. It was uncut, so that I don't pick them up unless they haven't been used. And there's plenty of patterns out there that have not been used, unless they're really vintage. And if they're cut, then you have to say which size they were cut at. But they have to be worth quite a bit for me to try to pick them up. Anyway, this is another lot that came out of my daughter's closet. It was all her old leotards. I sold it for $19.99. It didn't cost me anything. $6.31 for shipping and fees. Some of these were pretty cute still. For a total profit of $13.68, and it took 2 weeks to sell. Little kids are going to start gymnastics classes for the fall so they can have their pageants at Christmas. The last thing I sold this week, an astronaut helmet. And my son was obsessed with NASA and astronauts. And so he had this whole costume that went with this, and the costume just literally fell apart. I think it was like a vintage thing. I kept the patches, but this helmet came with it. It's pretty cute, but this one was broken. He had another one that was not broken, and I sold that one a while ago. I think I sold that one for like 40 or 50 bucks. So this one went for $29.99. They paid shipping, so I collected $37.85 total. It didn't cost me anything. $12.48 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $25.37, and that only took 1 week to sell. It was unbranded. It was just a generic hard. But a lot of the helmet things, I mean, it's nice that it has these vents. So this is a really pretty comfortable one for kids to wear. Okay, so looking at the numbers, 403.94 for all items sold. 469.18 is what I sold this week, and what the eBay Seller Hub shows me and what I tell my husband. I spent $21.94 on all the items that I sold. I spent $159.73 on shipping and fees for a total profit of $287.28. That would be bad. $287.51. I also sold not very many, but 5 Amazon merch shirts for a total profit of $31.83, bringing my total to $319.34. Thank goodness we are on the uptick and people are starting to buy things again. Kids are back in school. We should see even more sales this next week.
Yay! So sales are finally picking up for me. Summer's over. Kids are going back to school. They're doing back to school shopping. Moms are sitting at home wondering what they can do besides clean the house. So they take a little break and go buy stuff on eBay because that's kind of the stuff that I sell. So it's nice. It's nice to make some money, especially with all the costs of going back to school, because now my kids are back in school, and so now I have a little extra time to put into my business, which is also really great. So my tip to you is, with all this free extra time, if you are a stay-at-home parent, then take advantage of that extra time and educate yourself. So listen to eBay Radio. That is a great show every week. You can call in with questions. Those guys, Griff knows a ton about eBay. He's been there since the get-go. Watch YouTube videos, join Facebook groups. There's all kinds of Facebook groups. Just constantly learn and make mistakes on eBay. Take a chance. Don't spend all your time watching YouTube videos or you won't get anything done. But go ahead and list some stuff that you're not sure about and see if it flies. And if it doesn't, then just chalk it up to experience and your education. I know I won't buy any Oscar de la Renta silk scarves anymore because they don't really sell for me. So don't be afraid to learn, and please do not pay money. There's so much information out there. There's so many people that are willing to give their time and educate people. There's really no reason to spend money. Sure, there's a couple of private groups if you really feel like you're going to get something above and beyond. But for the most part, most people are fine just getting their information from the Thrifting Board and International League of Thrifters. There's all kinds of Facebook groups, and people are more than happy to help. So with that, finish watching me, go watch some more YouTube videos, but more importantly, go list some stuff and take some chances. Have a good week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.